Good morning, kind King George, and welcome to our second last week of distance learning. Let's keep going and finish strong. You've done a great job so far, and I believe in every one of you demonstrating your best effort right to the end of June. So with no further ado, let's get this week rolling with the ringing of the school bell. Let's also take an important moment to acknowledge that we are living and learning on the traditional territory of the Mississauga First Nations, for which we are very grateful for. And let's continue to keep prioritizing social distancing to help take care of ourselves and each other and to help keep everyone in our community and beyond as safe as possible. Last week, we had a different School Spirit Week challenge, if you remember. We asked you to create a book cover that describes the unique year we have had. Thank you so much to those of you who participated. I really enjoyed seeing your creative work. So along the same line of books, and given that summer is coming and we want everyone to continue reading, I thought I'd remind you of something we did earlier in the year. Back in February, on World Read Aloud Day, all of our staff members shared with you their favorite childhood books. Have a look and see if you remember this. What is your favorite childhood book? I know that Ms. Masterson's favorite book was Charlotte's Web. And I remember not only having that book read aloud to me at school by my teacher, I think it was grade 1, but I also remember my dad reading that book to me from home at night when I was getting into bed. And later on, I remember reading it all on my own. As we head into July and August, I strongly suggest our students and family members dig into some reading material that will interest you. Whether you read on your own or if you prefer for someone to read to you, that's fun at any age, of course. Remember that reading keeps our brains working. It helps you use your imagination. It encourages you to make predictions about what might happen next or connections to experiences that you've had. It makes you a better speller and teaches you loads of new words, and most of all, reading is pretty rewarding and brings lots of joy. If you have read all your books at home, try exchanging some with a friend or a neighbor, or check out the public library that now has curbside pickup, or even read a book online. Whatever you do this summer, please make reading part of it, and that goes for our students and all of your family members. We thank our parents and guardians for modeling the joy of reading, and we hope that all of you come up with your own list of favorite books this summer. Recently, many of our students received their new school spiritware orders. So on Friday of this week, let's wrap up the week with King George Finish Strong School Spirit Week. Pull out your spiritware or find your school colors, blue and yellow, blue and gold, blue and yellow. They're similar. And proudly let me see all of our King George students doing your very best job right to the end of the school year and wearing your King George spiritware. I'll be watching for your photos. And let's turn to our Action for Happiness Joyful June calendar. And a joyful June it is. Summer holidays are almost here, and I think most of us are feeling a sense of hope in the air. And with that, let's share with loved ones and friends things that are making you happy. Yep, that's it. What things are making you happy? And get your family members on board with this too. Go ask them what makes them happy during Joyful June. And now for one of our favorite parts of the morning, let's get to our birthdays for the week. Happy birthday and best wishes to Juliana, Lily, Kingston, and Delaney. And if you know one of these people, reach out and send them a happy birthday of your own. And while we're on the topic of celebrations, I really want to wish Mr. Parsons, Mr. Love, and Mr. Garbett a very happy Father's Day, which is happening at the end of the week. And those good wishes are extended to all of our King George dads and father figures. Thanks for being such important people in the lives of our King George students. Let's continue to finish strong, folks. Keep the momentum going with distance learning this week, because next week, your educators are planning to go in a slightly different direction for the last week of June. So stay tuned, but in the meantime, hang in there and show us your very best efforts. That ends our weekly announcements. Stay home and stay safe, and keep to your bubble of no more than 10 people as part of respecting yourselves, your families, your educators, and those frontline workers, some of whom live in our homes, and who are working bravely to help keep our entire community safe. Have a fantastic week ahead of distance learning, and remember to use kind words towards everyone, because we are, after all, kind King George.